Hello friends, welcome back to our info channel. Rani, I have few questions for you to test your knowledge. Are you ready for it?
Yes, ask whatever questions you want to.
Who invented aeroplane?
Wright Brothers.
Who invented telescope?
Galileo Galilei.
Wow, your answers are exactly correct. Do you know all these inventions were done in past few centuries? But, in India, all these inventions were mentioned in ancient texts or carved on temples, which were written or carved thousands of years ago.
Really? How is it even possible?
That is very surprising. Only two things could have happened. One is all this has already been used and later that knowledge has been destroyed. And second is only the imagination is taken place in old writings and temple carvings. Okay, today let us discuss what is the possibilities in few inventions. First one is bicycle. The modern bicycle's history is credited to Carl von Drais, who invented the Lauf machine or running machine in 1817, which eventually evolved into the bicycle. Drais' invention laid the foundation for two-wheeled personal transportation. However, carvings found in ancient Indian temples, particularly from the Hoysala period in the 12th century, depict figures riding two-wheeled vehicles that resemble modern bicycles. These carvings can be seen in temples like Belur and Halebidu, suggesting that the concept of two-wheeled transportation might have existed in India far earlier. While these ancient depictions may not show functional bicycles as we know today, they reflect a sophisticated understanding of balance, mechanics, and transportation that predates Western invention claims.
Next is electric battery. Alessandro Volta is credited with inventing the electric battery in 1800, creating the voltaic pile, a stack of alternating layers of zinc and copper that produced electrical current. His invention laid the groundwork for modern electrical energy storage. However, ancient Indian texts such as the Agastya Sanhita, dating back to around 1000 BCE, describe a similar device. The text mentions using copper plates and an electrolyte solution to generate electricity, with a device referred to as sthali. This has led some to believe that the concept of an electric battery was known in ancient India. While Volta's invention led to the practical use of electricity, the Agastya Sanhita shows that electrical phenomena might have been explored in India long before modern times.
And next one is aeroplane. In 1903, the Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur Wright, achieved a groundbreaking feat by inventing and successfully flying the first powered airplane. Their invention, the Wright Flyer, is widely considered the first heavier-than-air aircraft, marking the dawn of modern aviation. However, long before this, ancient Indian texts, specifically the Vimanika Shastra attributed to sage Bharadwaja, contain elaborate descriptions of flying machines known as Vimanas. These aerial vehicles are referenced in the epics Ramayana and Mahabharata, with detailed specifications on their types, materials, and methods of propulsion, which some interpret as early concepts of flight. Although there is no physical evidence of Vimanas, these descriptions show that the idea of human flight existed in ancient Indian thought millennia before modern aviation was developed. Not only that, an Indian scholar named Shivkar Bapuji Talpade is said to have flown a flying machine over Chowpatty Beach in 1895. His aircraft, called Marutsakha, was constructed from bamboo and utilized a unique propulsion system that involved liquid mercury, which reacted with sunlight to generate lift. This remarkable invention is often cited as a pioneering achievement in aviation history. However, the authenticity of Talpade's claim has sparked debate among historians, with some questioning whether his aircraft truly achieved flight.
Next one is plastic surgery. Sir Harold Gillies is known as the father of modern plastic surgery for his pioneering work during World War I, where he developed techniques to treat soldiers with severe facial injuries. However, the ancient Indian physician Sushruta, who lived around 600 BCE, is considered one of the earliest practitioners of plastic surgery. His work, the Sushruta Sanhita, outlines detailed surgical techniques, including rhinoplasty, reconstructive surgery for the nose, skin grafting, and even the treatment of fractured bones. Sushruta's descriptions of complex surgical procedures, especially nose reconstruction, closely resemble techniques used in modern reconstructive surgery. This indicates that India had a deep understanding of medical and surgical practices long before these techniques were reinvented in the West.
Next one is gravity. Sir Isaac Newton's formulation of the law of universal gravitation in 1687 is considered one of the most important discoveries in the history of science, explaining how objects attract one another due to gravity. Yet, ancient Indian texts such as the Surya Siddhanta, a treatise on astronomy written over 1000 years before Newton, mention the concept of gravity. The text describes how objects fall toward Earth due to an unseen force of attraction. Although the Surya Siddhanta does not explain gravity in the detailed mathematical terms that Newton used, it suggests that ancient Indian scholars had already grasped the fundamental idea of gravitational attraction.
Next one is shipbuilding and navigation. The West's advancements in shipbuilding and navigation, particularly during the Age of Exploration in the 15th and 16th centuries, were key to global trade and the discovery of new lands. Techniques such as the use of the compass, sextant, and advanced ship designs were developed during this period. However, India's history of maritime trade and shipbuilding dates back to at least 2000 BCE. Ancient Indian texts such as the Yuktikalpitaru describe shipbuilding techniques, including different types of ships for various purposes. The Rig Veda and Artha Shastra also reference maritime trade, with Indian mariners using sophisticated navigational methods long before the West. These texts, along with archaeological evidence, show that ancient Indian civilization had a thriving maritime tradition that influenced global commerce.
Next is cataract surgery. Modern cataract surgery, which uses advanced technology like phacoemulsification, was pioneered by Charles Cullman in the mid-20th century, significantly improving the ability to restore vision for millions. However, Sushruta, the ancient Indian physician, described cataract surgery in the Sushruta Sanhita around 600 BCE. His method involved using a curved needle called a Jabamukhi Salaka to remove cataracts. This ancient procedure is one of the earliest recorded references to eye surgery, and although the tools and technology have evolved, the basic principles of cataract surgery remain the same, showing that this practice has ancient roots in India.
Next one is telescope. The invention of the telescope is credited to Hans Lippershey in 1608, with Galileo Galilei making significant improvements soon after, revolutionizing astronomy. However, Indian astronomers, as described in texts like the Surya Siddhanta, had a profound understanding of celestial bodies, including accurate predictions of planetary movements, long before telescopes were developed in the West. Some scholars believe that ancient Indian astronomers might have used optical instruments for observing the heavens, though no physical evidence of telescopes has been found. The advanced astronomical knowledge found in ancient Indian texts suggests that sophisticated observational methods, possibly involving optical devices, may have been employed long before their Western counterparts.
Next is Pythagorean theorem. The Pythagorean theorem, which describes the relationship between the sides of a right triangle, is commonly attributed to the Greek mathematician Pythagoras around 500 BCE. However, the Sulba Sutras, ancient Indian texts dating back to 800 BCE or earlier, contain references to this theorem in the context of constructing Vedic altars. These texts show that the mathematical principle of the Pythagorean theorem was already known and applied in India long before it was formally attributed to Pythagoras. This highlights the advanced mathematical understanding that existed in ancient India.
Final one, steam engine. James Watt is credited with inventing the steam engine in 1769, which played a central role in the Industrial Revolution, transforming transportation and industry. However, some researchers suggest that the ancient temples of Konark and Mahabalipuram depict mechanical devices based on principles of steam or water power. Though there is no direct evidence of a working steam engine in ancient India, these depictions hint at an early understanding of mechanical systems. The detailed engineering and architectural designs seen in ancient Indian structures indicate that Indian engineers were exploring advanced mechanical ideas long before the steam engine was formally invented in the West.
This is part 1 in this series. More videos will come in this topic. For those, please subscribe our info channel, like and share this video.
Bye, take care.